Hey! In this video you will see a short, but very informative guide on crew skills. Watch this video to the end, so you don't miss anything. Without further ado, let's begin. There are a total of 5 crew roles in the game. These are Commander, Gunner, Driver, Radio Operator, and Loader. One tank can contain between 2 and 6 crew members, but we'll talk about that a little later. To avoid stretching this video, I decided to refrain from reading description of each skill, as you are adults, and can read yourself, I hope. Also, to avoid confusion, I will not separate perks and skills, but just say skills. So, let's begin with Commander. Commander is one of the most important crew member. He is responsible for view range, and a little bit for other characteristics of the tank. It means that if your commander will be injured in battle, your view range will decrease, and also mobility, accuracy, damage per minute and all that will decrease a little bit. Well, now let's analyze all of the commander's skills, in order from most useful to most useless. Sixth Sense is the most important skill of the commander. On any tank choose this skill first. Brothers in Arms is the second most important skill. Looking ahead, this skill should be taken as the second skill on all crew members. The third is obviously worth taking Repair. The fourth is Recon. Well, these are the 4 main and most important skills. It is worth taking them no matter the tank. Next in importance are Firefighting and Concealment. But they are situational. Firefighting is worth choosing only if you don't use a fire extinguisher. And Concealment if you play a tank with good camouflage to improve it. There's also a third group of interesting, but not very useful skills. These are Mentor, Jack of all trades, and Eagle Eye. Of course, you can use them if you want. However, against the background of the previously listed skills, they are much worse. Thus, whichever tank you play, take these skills first, in this order. Okay, let's move on. Gunner. He is not as important as Commander, but nevertheless, he also has his own features. The first, and most important skill, which you should take the Gunner, is Repair. The second, is Brothers in Arms. The third, is Snapshot, to improve stabilization. By the way, if you didn't know, this skill works with tank destroyers. Next is Deadeye. In fact, it's very underrated skill. Thanks to it you will more often inflict critical damage to enemies' vehicles. These are the 4 main skills, which you should choose first, in this order, no matter what tank you play. Except you don't have to take Deadeye for light tanks. Next are Firefighting and Concealment. Choose them following the previously announced principle. Designated Target and Armorer are pretty useless, compared to other skills. The next crew member is Driver. Along with Commander, this is one of the most important crew members. The first 4 skills you should take are Repair, Brothers in Arms, Smooth Ride, and Off-Road Driving. Smooth Ride, as well as the Gunner Snapshot, works for tank destroyers. Further, if a tank has poor mobility, take Clutch Braking. If you are playing on a light or medium tank, you don't need to take it. Firefighting. Concealment. Well, and the skills Controlled Impact and Preventive Maintenance choose the last. Next, is Radio Operator. Unlike other crew members, if your operator will be injured, in functionality of the tank will not change anything, which is very strange. But, nevertheless, this crew member has many important skills, which we'll talk about now. First, as with all crew members except the commander, choose Repair and Brothers in Arms. The next is Situational Awareness, which improves your view range. Then Firefighting or Concealment, depending on what you need more. Skills like Relaying, Call for Vengeance, and Signal Boosting, are quite controversial. So I don't recommend taking them first. And the last crew member, Loader. If he is injured, your tank's reload time will be increased. In fact, he isn't as simple as the others, but first things first. Obviously, you should take Repair, and Brothers in Arms first. And then you have a choice. The thing is, all of the Loader's skills are quite useful. Intuition, Adrenaline Rush, and Safe Stowage, are all very cool. You can choose any order of the loader's skill progression. However, I would recommend you safe stowage as a third skill. And, as a fourth and fifth skill, firefighting and concealment are good choices, if you really need it. This is my opinion. But again, I remind you, all loader skills are good, and by choosing others, you won't be wrong. Thus, we have the following. If a tank crew consists of 5 members, in 100% of cases you should choose this build. If you play light tank or tank destroyer, and don't use a fire extinguisher. If you use a fire extinguisher, you don't have to take the firefighting skill. If you play medium or heavy tank, then you don't need the concealment skill. After you have all these skills, then you can take whatever you want, at your will. If you suddenly have a question, what skills are better to use for artillery? Then I will gently tell you, none. It's best not to play artillery at all. It often happens that a tank crew consists of 4 members, because of the lack of radio operator. In such cases, his skills takes the commander. Basically, nothing changes, except that you should take situational awareness first, and then recon, because it gives a bit more view range. If a crew consists of 3 or even 2 members, then you should pick up skills in this priority. Sixth Sense and Repair. Brothers in Arms. Smooth Ride and Snapshot. Situational Awareness, Safe Stowage and Off-Road Driving. I described it this way because the system is quite difficult, and sometimes the crew roles are distributed non-standard. For example, the Cranvan, in which commander and gunner take the loader's skills. I hope you understand. Well, thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope you found it useful. It's time to say goodbye. Good luck to everyone. And remember, don't play World of Tanks.